You've been in Davos, where I had a meeting in the World Economic Forum, and you have first-hand information. Can you tell us first impressions?
Yes, it was my first time going to Davos, to the World Economic Forum. And the first thing I guess I was just, that hit me was the concentration of wealth. This was, everything about it was money, wealth, power. And you could just feel it from the vehicles they drove, the Mercedes, the BMWs, the large luxury cars, to the villas and the hotels and the restaurants and this little wealthy ski resort of Switzerland. They picked one of the most elite places in the world to hold this meeting. And I guess one of the first ironies is when you go there, I went to they had a car they were promoting in the public town square that was the size of something you'd cut your grass with, a lawnmower. And this was for the people. But they, of course, none of the people in Davos would ever drive such a small, little, earth-friendly car. So I guess what gets you, first of all, is these are wealthy, powerful people who want to tell you how to live your life. That's what you feel when you go there, because it's stifling with wealth, money.
Well, I always had a question, because our Croatian prime minister was there. And I was always asking myself, what he is doing there? It's a private organization, World Economic Forum, and it's not United Nations, it's not European Union, it's not something where politicians officially go. It's a private occasion, but very wealthy and very powerful people. I don't see the logic. What would Prime Minister of what some small country could do there without presenting to our government or to our people what he was talking about, with whom, and in which name?
Yeah, well, it's a great question. And this is what we find with not just prime ministers and presidents, but you find the royal family, you find company CEOs, you find cabinet members and congressmen and senator and parliamentary members. Everyone seems to have, they need to go to these meetings. Now, first and foremost, it's a status symbol sort of, I was at the Davos meeting, so immediately you have more credibility, you're connected, you're in. So there's a social status to it. Secondly, it's about networking. So your prime minister might go because he needs to network and see other prime ministers. And I'll get to the real reason here in a minute. But all of these people go and network, and they're all like-minded and same interest, meaning you're either in power, your royal family, you're an executive, you're a billionaire, you're a millionaire, you're a cabinet member. And this is where they go to essentially plan and coordinate how they want society to be ordered and what actions they want taken. What's really interesting is if you had a president, prime minister, or a cabinet secretary who wanted to meet with donors or industry, in many cases based on campaign finance law, disclosure, government rules and ethics, to do it outside of Davos requires a lot of paperwork, a lot of restrictions on your meetings. But in Davos, it's party time. They have receptions, parties, restaurants, meals, things that go into the night. They have meetings up in the ski resort and chalets and private mansions, and it's all off the books. So anyone who wants to go, particularly donor class, who want access not only to elected officials and politicians and prime ministers, but to the unelected, to the bureaucrats, mid-level bureaucrats, to the cabinet members, to the chief of staffs, and those kind of. So these people can meet with people they would otherwise have to do a lot of paperwork and hassle and disclosure outside of Davos. So Davos becomes, in many ways, a black hole of influence peddling, lobbying, connections, and it's a secret, dark world where you don't have to disclose anything, and no one basically knows who you met with or what you did. That is why when Klaus Schwab started this, the whole World Economic Forum back in the 1970s, it's had long staying power because it gives the global governing elite, for lack of a better phrase, and the power structure a place to just go meet off the books, and they get to all mingle and they get to plan and collude and come up with, things like you'll own nothing and be happy.
When you say donor, it sounds to me like corruption. But let's start with analyzing what were the... Yes?
It's hidden corruption. That's the whole point. It's corruption you can't really prove. That's the point.
Yeah. Okay, then it's not only me.